Spécialisation project. I'm a student in machine learning, so uh, I created an application like Chat GPT, but it's called Chat Secure. Uh, it's like we will see what it is slowly. So first, I would like to start by greeting the guest speakers, and I would also like to uh, greet my directress, who is not here, and my mentor, Chong, and my student success manager, Arthur, and all the students who are here, and also those who are watching from live stream. I did this project by myself. I'm in cohort C21, studying in Paris campus. Uh, this is for my presentation for January 2025. So what is my application? My application is basically a AI chatbot that helps to protect private information. We all know that we can't actually put in bank passwords and private information into chatbots like large language models, because it can get leaked into the public domain. So it's never right to put your private information into ChatGPT. So this is a solution for people who want to use the same features like ChatGPT, but who feel secure that they can protect their private information. And so this is just a proof of concept. So it's like I don't have the resources to develop like OpenAI ChatGPT. So this is just a starting step. So it can be deployed and maybe used by many people. So this is also for that reason, I decided to make it like an open source. So because if people with AI technology and AI GPUs, they can download it and modify it and put more powerful models into it. So for the moment, I have for this project, I have trained it on 10,000 documents, and so that's for this demonstration. I have done it, and I show you how, after my demo, I show you how the architecture works. I did this whole project in 35 days. I started from 25 December, and most of my project was spent on backend. And also I deployed it on cloud. So it took it took a long time for me. Most of my project was focused on backend and deployment on cloud. So now I will show you my demo, and then I will show you how I did it. Yes. So as you can see, there are four functions, in fact. Here I have implemented each. So I'll start with the most basic function, which is classification. But this is just the basic one. So what we are doing right now is like we are taking the image and asking my AI to decide what the file is like. So hold on. So for this, I have for this demonstration, I have two test files. So I upload one test file and ask my AI to tell me what it is. So it's a questionnaire. So let's check whether this is a, yeah, so this is a questionnaire. This is a scanned image, or it's basically, so it's not so it's a JPEG file. So the AI goes and reads through it. So it can also classify PDF files. This is a PDF file. So it's an inventory report. So this is just the basic things, but the more advanced ones are like here, which I'm showing you. This is an AI model I created, but it's for AI engineers basically. So it's not for consumers. So like if people want to, like it's not always possible for AI engineers to train on data, or so like every time they see a new data. So this is basically for AI engineers to like it's an AI that can train my classification AI. So this is basically what we are seeing here is like this particular model. It is going through documents and searching for information. So it's trying to recognize patterns. It's like a self-learn mechanism, you can call it. So it saves the time of engineers. And this is just a code snippet of that. And this is just quickly I show you how I trained it on cloud, on AWS. So this is just a quick demonstration. It's not clear, but it's all right. So I go back to this is the final one. This is where the one that works more like ChatGPT. So here I show you the ChatGPT, like where you ask the questions, and here where first I'll show you, start with this, and then I'll come with this. So here I ask an AI to read through a letter and tell me in 2 sentences what the letter is about, summarizing. Now, I have to mention that I don't have a lot of computer resources, so it can only give me 2 sentences. So because of lack of time and computer resources. So it's a letter basically talking about some US laws. So I downloaded that letter. So for the last portion of my demo, yes. So I have some for my chatbot. Have some pre-prepared questions. So so the question is about what is Deloitte, the company, is forecasting in regards to the economy of UK. So it has trained on a lot of documents. Some of them are news reports, so it can provide that answer. So I just 2 more questions, and we are done. Then I go back to my. So the question is, when did Martin Johnson play his final match? Martin Johnson is a rugby player. So it read through information regarding Martin Johnson. So from what it knows from the news report, it collects and gives the answer. That's how ChatGPT also works at the end. So the last question. So the last question is, who is Stanley Fischer? Well, we'll ask what it is, but it doesn't know exactly who is Stanley Fischer. So it will give it a response it knows. So it just gives up a response because it have not been trained on Stanley Fischer, like the biography of Stanley Fischer. So there are questions like, if you you can ask any question you want, like it will give you an answer, but it can only give you correct answers if it has been trained on that information. So it's basically like, just to have a test, I will just ask what is the capital of France. But it has not trained on the capital of France, because So it knows there is a village called Savan, so it gives you that response. So let's go to my presentation. Where is my presentation? Okay. So now that's for the demo. So I show you how it works under the engines. So since I have very low computers like this, I used a transformer-based neural network. That is one AI model for classification, and for the AI model to self-learn, like I showed you, that is it uses a clustering algorithm. And then k-means, and then for the summarizer and the chatbot, it uses Facebook BART Large. Those are on the library. You can download that and you can train it. But it's not OpenAI. It's not. So, and then for the I also used for the another model for the clustering and chatbot is called All Mini ML6 to just take the question, and but that is not my main models. My main models are the ones you see, and as I already mentioned, I trained on 10,000 and I deployed it on cloud. So this is how it looks like on the architecture level. So how it looks like is like when I ask a question, it will go to the chatbot, and the chatbot, it will look into a library and look into the answer in the library, and then it will the documents are basically here stored in this area. So it will look into the library and then use this AI to generate the answer. And this classification is another AI, and it's purely simple. Just but the chatbot is a little bit tricky. Okay, so for the chatbot, what I did was this is just information. I used an algorithm called FAIS, Facebook AIs, and then I used a RAG. That is the, I mean, I don't think all chatbots work on RAG, but from what I know is I can also do it, and created a library, algorithms to search for the documents with the answer. So it will the FAIS algorithm, it will look through all the library, and if I'm talking about World War II, it will look for all documents related to World War II, and then which has the closest match. It will take that document to provide that is an algorithm, how a chatbot finds the answer. And also, lastly, I would like to implement, like for example, I asked the question, what is the capital of France? It gave a wrong answer because. But I would like to put a cutoff point, like if it's a confidence level is too low, it will just say I don't know the answer, like sorry, like that. But I have not. That's why. And this is how it looks here. I'll just show you quickly how it looks in the cloud. So I wouldn't go through everything. Just the one thing about in the cloud is that all AI models are stored in a model registry. So that is just one thing. But in cloud, it looks a little different. This is the library, and these are the AI models. So it's on AWS. So I took a long time to piece together this, develop the pipeline. And then deploying the chatbot was also a bit hard because I had made my chatbot on local, and then I had to put it as a container. So I have to Dockerize it as a container and put it in an image and push it to AWS. Only then the AI on AWS is SageMaker. Only then it can use my chatbot logic. So it kind of pushing it as a container to AI was a bit hard on AWS. It's a bit long presentation, so okay, I'll just skip this one. So this one, this is my AI on my different AI models on Sage on AWS. So each time I create a new version of my AI, I store it under different versions. So it will always use the latest version. So, and once this is the Docker image, and these are the AI endpoints from AWS. So it's in service. So this is my classification model. This is my chatbot model. This is my summarization model. So yeah, I'm happy with all this what I've done, but there are a lot of things that are missing, like basic pre-processing, like documents are all. It's but I'm happy with my progress. I can improve upon it. So a lot of things, and how I can improve, like maybe one good thing is that I put it on open source, so people can put bigger models, and so I would like to finish my cloud architecture, not just with endpoints, but make it a real application, like, and automatically train on cloud, so at every month with new documents. So the most difficult parts are the Docker container, the AWS AI model registry, and creating the models themselves. And this is the last portion of my presentation. So the ethical implications. So one of the good things is that it protects people's private information. It's an alternative to ChatGPT, where they can feel secure, and also it's open source, so it can be used everywhere. But the other possible problems is that hackers can target my application specifically because there are private information there. I don't think they'll gain anything by accessing ChatGPT, and also if everyone starts developing open source AI models, there's a AI arms race and competition. Like, it's going to be bad for probably the tech sector. So I have to improve my model. I have to think about the ethical consequences of my open source, and once I do that, maybe I will perhaps after some time release it. And you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. You can also look at my project on my GitHub and contact me on email. This is just all the full list of technologies. And also I won't go through everything. Just also mention that I also trained on Google Colab, which is like AWS SageMaker. But thank you. Do you have any questions? Yes. Any questions? Yes.
Thank you for the presentation. It's a very nice project because RAG is very important. It's the main point in a lot of technology company today. So yes. Very interesting subject.
Yes.
It was very clean and clearly. During the development, what is the main problem and how do you solve it?
My main problem was developing the logic for the classification and summarization. I didn't know which was the library which is best for this. I started with the first 2 weeks. I started with the model, but it wasn't going in the correct direction. So I had to restart the whole thing, and this time use different libraries. And this time the answers were the results were getting quite good. And then, but at least my AWS pipeline I had started it at the same time together, but I didn't have any didn't have to restart my AWS pipeline. But the model development, I had to restart it. So AWS. When I finished my backend, the AWS pipeline, then I moved back to AWS to finish the pipeline. Okay. Yes, and then I faced issues with AWS again. Yes, so it's like time constraints. Yeah. Yes. Any questions? Yes.
Yes.
Mike.
You say early when you ask some question, you're gonna to share information into your document. But how do you handle conflicting information between your document?
Yes, it's a good question. So there is a FICE, which is the algorithm. So it has an algorithm that it will read our question and it will search for the document which has the closest answer. So if there is it will look for certain if there is a document about that subject, it will give it a score. If it has a high score, it will give each document a score. So it will go for the documents with the highest score. But of course, AI can get confused. Sometimes it can give the wrong document with the high score, and that is when it gives a wrong answer. But in the end, it will give only one answer, and it can be wrong sometimes. But it gives every document a score. It looks for the question, searches and then based on the score, it gives it. So hope I answered your question. Yes. Is there any other question? You have a question? Okay. Oh, okay. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, so very nice presentation.
Thank you.
It's not a question, but more like just a comment. So basically, it's important to preserve confidential information.
Yes.
So your application is like something to work on. So
Okay.
it's very good.
Thank you.
And also a question, actually.
Yes.
I was wondering how you can train, if you can train an unlimited amount of documents with your application.
How I can train unlimited amount?
Yes. How and if you can.
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, the one main thing is important is that you have to have a lot of GPU power, a lot of very good computers to be able to train a huge document. ChatGPT, OpenAI, it trains on Wikipedia, so on websites. So first thing is that you need the infrastructure. And secondly, getting the documents may not be a bit of a problem because a lot of documents are in open source. And also you can go through internet pages and read from. But that is not the problem. The infrastructure, the GPU, that is the problem. For my model, that is exactly why I put it in open source, so that if somebody can have access to GPU, the infrastructure is there. They just have to take my model and change the AI, put bigger models, or modify my AI, and just train on the documents. They don't have to start from the beginning, step by step. So for them, that is the exact purpose of my my software. It's for that purpose. They can do it for that, or they can do it like a hobby, or that's it. It's like a thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, my name is Maxime Noquet of the 21st cohorts of Halberton School at the Parisian campus, and today I'd like to present to you my portfolio project, which is called Zone Images. It's a website for editing images. I am the only person who worked on this project. It was inspired by some work I had already done on an internship, though this time done using different languages. And so the purpose of this project was to provide a convenient way to edit images suited to one's needs, such as, for example, making passport-compliant portraits, or allowing companies to make badges for employees. It's for people who just want a simple way to edit images in a basic manner without having to rely on more complicated methods, such as programs like Photoshop. The key features of this project are the ability to remove backgrounds and replace them with colored backgrounds, cropping and scaling, and changing the colors, such as inverting them or making them grayscale, or saturating or desaturating them. And if you are logged in, the images can be saved to cloud storage and accessed via the gallery page. And I hope it would provide a free and easy way to modify pictures without any downloading. My learning objectives for this project were to create a website, front end and back end, to learn to integrate cloud storage to save and fetch images from the cloud, and to create and integrate image modification functions. I also hoped to improve my site design skills. Here are the architecture and technologies I used for this project. On the back end, I used the Express.js framework, and on the front end, I used React. Those are easy and I chose them because they're easy and adaptable to use. Great for making a flexible application. And I used two databases. Google Cloud Storage, which I used as my image storage, and MongoDB Atlas, which I used as my database for saving the user information, as well as references to the images saved to the Google Cloud Storage. I used MongoDB because it's a flexible and scalable database. And as for Google's cloud storage, permit me to explain a bit later as to why I chose it. The tools I used to develop my project. I used Trello to maintain my schedule and plan my work ahead. GitHub is, of course, the repository for my project, and Visual Studio Code is the program I used to write it. Third parties I used for developing my project are Background Removal JS, which provided the code for removing backgrounds, and Face API.js, an API for detecting faces, which I used in my auto cropping function. Specifically, I used the models for face detection, tiny face detection, and face landmark detection. Both of those, I have a link to both of those on my GitHub, if you are interested. Some successes I've had with this project is that I've built this web app from scratch by myself. I think the photo editing was well implemented, as well as saving the images to storage and displaying them from the gallery, and letting the users delete them as well. Challenges and failures I've had. I was forced to change the plant database I wanted to use for image storage. I initially wanted to use Microsoft Azure. However, I ran into a problem on their registration. They apparently need your phone number to send a verification message, but for some reason they couldn't detect mine, and they provided no alternatives to move forward. So I had to find a new image storage database. And Google Cloud Storage was not even my second choice because it wasn't part of the GitHub Student Developer Pack, but it was. But I thought I could learn it quickly enough to adapt and solve my problem. I also had some difficulties implementing the cropping and gallery. For the manual cropping problem, I fixed it by splitting it into two functions, one to set parameters for the other to do the actual cropping. As for the gallery, I first had problems getting the correct links to the images on the cloud storage, and when I did, I learned that my saving function was not perfect in the first place. I had the file metadata conflicts, and so which played some broken image link. So I had to correct that. I also found that that the function for deleting users is not correctly implemented. So because of these problems, I lacked the time for deployment. I also wish I had more testing cases to fine-tune my code. And personally, I'm not satisfied with the site design. It's too minimalist. I think I could have greatly improved it if I did not have those previous problems eating up so much of my time and focus. Some lessons I end up learning in the process of developing this project. To make the authentication early, to make my code around, I started out with doing front end, and I think that was a mistake. I should have started on the back end. How to properly structure my app and file layouts for a better modification and navigation of my project. To value user feedback, to better perfect the site. And I also gained some experience on debugging. So what I would plan to do to if I keep working on this is to, of course, deploy the app, to better optimize image editing due to a slight delay I found, to add some additional features such as stitching multiple images together, adding icons to images, and rotating the images. I would improve the password security requirements and add a multilingual option as well. So I would now like to show you a demo of my my project. How do I? Okay. Hang on. Okay. So here it is. First, this is the home page. It's a basic introduction and explanation of the website. I also have a dark modes present. You can register or log in as needed, of course. Let me just do this for a bit. Second. There we go. It also displays the username you would have chosen on registration. And if I go to edit, this is where the editing happens. So I will now demonstrate how it works. Let's say I take this test photo of a young man with a city background. If I toggle remove background and choose a different background color, I also have the option to let the background remain transparent if I wish. But the background removal is the process that takes the longest, so let's wait a little bit. And here we go. That's the processed image. Now let's say you'd like to change the color, like make it monochrome. There we go. It's monochrome. And now for the cropping, you can choose the auto crop, which will center around the face, making it take up about 2/3 of the image height, or the manual crop to how much? Wow, 10%! Oh my god! So that you can choose what to crop. You can zoom in just by scrolling. It's easy, and change the ratio. The cropping ratio here or here. One second, there we go, it's cropped. Saturation and desaturation are mutually exclusive, by the way, so that there is no error between them. Same for scaling the image. It's in exact millimeters, but you can only input the height or width as to not deform the image. And I have the option to save the image. This button only appears if you are logged in. So if I do so, the image has been successfully saved. And if I go to the gallery, it's displayed right here. And I have the option to delete it as well. There we go. Nothing in the gallery now. So I can just log out, and that's it. Thank you for your time. I will now accept questions. Je peux arrêter de partager l'écran parce que... Ouais. Quoi? Ok, je vais fermer parce que... Ok, thank you.
Hello.
Yes?
Thank you for your presentation. Nice project.
Yeah.
First question, when you have brainstorm for the solution, did you have think about API, use API, or only package JS?
Only a package DS? You mean like...
But did you have brainstorm about the solution? What did you brainstorm?
Um, for my solution, I just go. I just check the steps, see where it's blocking. If if one error is replaced by a new one, I call that project. I call that progress. It's yeah.
And did you, during the Boston too, did you have check a lot of some products online famous, like editing for inspiration, or
No, I just used some experience I had on my internship. That was the majority of my inspiration.
okay? And two more. For you, what is the main point for the better experience on your product? A main point to improve for a better experience.
First, the look. As I said, it's too minimalist. I'm not really pleased by that. But otherwise, I'd say the delay is between changing the processed images is a bit annoying. I would like to fix that, or else or else improve the loading bar to so that the user has better expectations of how long they need to wait.
Okay.
A very nice project. How does the logic behind the image modification work? Just
The image modification.
yeah.
Okay, the image goes through a pipeline.
Mhm.
It checks which toggles were used and turn if it, turn and it and has and if they have been, it makes the process go through the go through the necessary function to modify it, then passes it along again and again until it's finally at the final image and it's and displays it on the page. I didn't show it, but I also had some an error handling for the auto crop function. If it doesn't, if you pass an image in it that doesn't have a face, that's not a portrait, it will not crop it. It will just pass it along unmodified,
Okay.
even if I didn't show that. Unfortunately, I have not a lot of battery.
Okay. So,
Sorry.
Thank you, Maxime, for your presentation. If you had the opportunity to start over your project from zero, are there like things you would like to change in the process of creating the application?
Like I said before, I would have started from immediately from the back end and saved the front end a bit for later. I think that would have given me more time and made things go smoother. And of course, I would have had a better selection of image storage right from the beginning. That was a big time sink, I felt.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good, thank you.
Ok, ça marche. So, hi everyone. My name is Iker. I'm 23 from the web full stack specialization in C21. So today I'm going to present you my portfolio project. So to begin, the team members of the app, I decided to do the project by myself. So there is no real reason for that. It's just that I was alone, so I decided to do all the project. So for the technologies that I use, so my app is a MERN stack app, which means is mainly done by MongoDB for the database, Express.js for the server and APIs, React.js for the front-end part, and Node.js. There is also other services and other libraries that I mainly use, such as Tailwind CSS, to make the front-end part, the style of the app more easier and quicker. Postman to test all the APIs actions made by my app. Cloudinary image, which is a tool that I use to store all the media files, such as the image and videos, stuff like that. 10-stack query, which is a React query library to make easy the way to manage the data fetching in the front-end part. Mongoose, which is an object data modeling program to manage my database, so all the actions that I want to do if I want to delete any user, for example. And then, yeah, that's all. So now let's dive into the project introduction. So the name of the app is Beer Bond. So the purpose of the app is to help people to bond and link with each other. So the reason I choose the name Beer Bond app is because the beer for the humans is kind of like an approachable animal, and then bond, which relate to link with people. So here is a little case, an example. We have Logan, which has no friends, so he posts a text or explaining his situation, and then other people or user in the app can decide whether or not to link with him. For the difficulties that I encounter during the development of the app, there are technical ones, which means debugging a lot of errors at each step that I encounter during developing the app. The UI design, it was really hard for me to fit in the user perspective, the way he will use my application. And then the time management, so spending too much time on things that I shouldn't, like for example, mainly styles of in the front-end part. And then each time that I succeed a feature or something in the app, I right after encounter a lot of problems. So it was really hard to manage the time during the development. So now let's dive into the app with a quick presentation. Okay, so here you have the login page, as you can see. Nothing too crazy. You can decide to sign up if you want to. So here are all of the fields that you have to fill to create an account. So here I'm just going to proceed for the login process, because I already create a lot of accounts. So, for example, I'm going to type the wrong password, so you can see that the errors it display, username or password invalid. So you can see that it works well. You can also see your password if you want. So now that when you are connected, when you are logged in, excuse me, so you have the home page, nothing too crazy. You have the home feed with all the user posts. You can create a post. So I'm just going to type something. Hi everyone. You can add a file, an image, or a sticker if you want, an emoji, excuse me, if you want. You have a little pop-up that shows that the post has been created. And here you can see that the home feed has been updated, so you can see your post. Here you have you can reply to the post if you want. And you can also link. It's kind of a like, but in the theme of my app, I decided to call it a bond, but it's likely the same thing. Here, for example, in that post, you can see that there is 4 replies and 3 bonds. So if you click on it, you can see all the replies that has been done in the post. You can also reply if you want. Let's just say hi. I'm just typing a random test. You can reply, so you have deleted pop-up, and here we can see the message we send. If you're logged in, you can also delete your message if you want. So here we can see that the post has been deleted. You can also reply here in the general in the home feed. So here the same thing happens. So you can see. What also you can do when you create a post, you can also see your notification if you have. So here you can see all the list of the notifications, and if you click on one, you can see the post related to the notification that you get. And for example, you can decide to chat with the person if you want to. So here I'll already try it, but we can say I don't know, hello. How are you? We can see that the message has been sent it. And then we have the profile page where you can edit your profile. Here, for example, if we change the picture and we save it, we can see that the profile has been updated. Here we can change our bio if we want. We can add links, change our password if you want, the email and all that stuff. You can see here that the profile has been updated. We can see the bonds we make and the post. The post we create. So that's kind of all the things. You can also delete your post if you want to. So here we can see that our post disappear, has been deleted. And yeah, that's all. You can also log out. And that's all for my project presentation. I hope you like it. And if you have questions, don't hesitate. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for your presentation. Two questions. It's responsive?
Yes, I forget to show. But yes, is responsive. Just sorry. Yeah, here you can see that it's responsive.
Nice. And the chat is in the real time or? Is not?
Yes.
Yes.
Is a real time. I use Socket.io,
Okay.
which allows me to do
Nice.
to send the request in real time.
In presentation, it will be nice to see two window when you speak with another. It's just an advice.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes.
It's
Do-
nice. Secretary is nice.
Yeah.
Nice to have real time on your project.
Yeah.
And last question: what is the strategy for save the token?
I
for the
use
authentication? GWT.
GWT.
Okay. So you're using cookies
Yes.
or look at that. Okay.
That's yeah. That's all.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thanks.